Good morning, everybody. Chuck here with no time to be sad. I'm on a 120 kilometer round trip bike ride this morning. I do this a couple times a week actually to kind of clear my thoughts and just kind of have some me time. These kids are having a good time over here with this air rifle. I've been in Thailand now for 5 years as of Thanksgiving Day, American Thanksgiving Day, November the 24th, which was about a month ago. So today I want to come clean with you guys and let you know why I made the decision to come to Thailand, why I made the decision to not buy a home, stay with my in-laws. How did I get here? How do I survive without a job? What is my means of support? So a lot of people have these questions. I have about 1,200 videos from the very beginning. If you really want to know, all the stuff is in the videos, but I know it's difficult to dissect through all of that stuff. So I want to make a video just today about how I got to where I'm at right now. Paige brought me to Thailand in about 2010, I think is when it was, from America. She invited me to come see her home country, meet her parents, and see what Thailand was all about. Well, we made it. Say hello, everybody. Hello. So yeah, we made it here in Bangkok. Finally, I'm tired. Look at the steering wheel's on the wrong side. God, I had no interest in coming to Thailand. I own 3 mechanic shops and I was very busy all the time. I didn't even really know where it was. I just knew it was on the other side of the planet. It was irrelevant to me. So she brought me here for a 2-week stay in Thailand. Her dad took us to the typical places. He took us to Pattaya, he took us to Hua Hin, he took us to the floating market, all the touristy things, and then back here, and I'm in Nakhon now, but back in ThatPhanom. And it kind of hit me in a way that's I've never experienced in my life. I can't explain it, but it was a sense of like peace. Like I fell in love with it, I'll just tell you that. I liked it. I didn't think much about it, and I came back a couple times with Paige, and all I could think about was Thailand, Thailand, Thailand. After a few years, I talked to Paige about moving to Thailand, about eventually retiring to Thailand. It wasn't something that she really thought about at all, especially something that far away, or even considered doing coming back to Thailand. So we didn't talk about it much for a while, and then eventually we decided that it's a little windy today. Sorry, I only have my little GoPro. I'm gonna be headed home and finishing this video at home here pretty soon. It's difficult to video and ride at the same time. But anyway, we decided that we wanted to come move to Thailand. At the time we thought about that, I was about 40 years old. So I just turned 40. So let me get back on the bike and let me tell you how I came up with a plan to retire young. I knew pretty much at a young age that I didn't want to work for the rest of my life. I didn't want to spend my life trying to do things the way everybody really kind of expected me to do, because I learned quick that it doesn't matter what you do, people are never happy, never satisfied, and you're never going to climb, you're never going to get to the top. So best thing to do is try to figure out what makes you happy in your life and just concentrate on that, because life is really too short. So I knew I wanted to retire early. I don't have a pension from anything. I don't have a pension from I was only in the military for a short period of time, and I don't have disability. I don't have nothing coming in. So I had to create my own opportunities to make money. So I was a mechanic prior to joining the military, and I ended up going back into that also. I didn't want to go into the medical field because as like an EMT or a paramedic, or there just wasn't enough money in it at the time, and I was raising 3 kids. So I went back to being a mechanic. But when I was with Paige, my businesses, they weren't doing really well, and I wasn't getting the income that I needed, so I needed to get rid of the businesses. So I sold the businesses, and I had an opportunity just to go back turning wrenches at a place called Auto Repair in Cypress, Texas. And hey, you guys accepting applications in here?
Man, I figured you would be coming back pretty soon.
That's where I used to work, right here. It says my good friend Dougie Fresh. It's good to see you, buddy. Jerry, hey, my good buddy Jerry.
Chris won't hurt you, man.
Yeah, no, I don't remember how that feels.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, let's visit. He paid me $48 a flag hour to work on cars, and it was really kind of laid back. There was only 2 other technicians other than me, and it was calm, and I had the opportunity to make a lot of money, but it just wasn't there. The person that I worked for, the manager, he just wasn't driven enough for me to try to, because I was trying to get my hands on everything I could possibly do to make money, and not cheat anybody, but I was working on 4 or 5 cars at the same time and trying to push maintenance and stuff like that, and he just wasn't into it. So I had an opportunity to bid for a job for a place called Hunter Engineering Company, and what I was going to do was be a service rep for them. I would be contracted through them, and they would give me a territory. Basically what this is equipment that dealerships, specialty shops and stuff they use for mostly just suspension and brakes and stuff like that. But I didn't really understand everything about it, and I thought, well, if I could make over 100K a year and not turn wrenches and have to deal with everyone else's pace, then I would do it. So I took a gamble. I bid this. Paige was working a couple of jobs, paying the bills. I invested every dime that we had to get contracted through this company. I just spent 3 months in St. Louis training how to use their equipment, and it wasn't a guarantee that I was going to get the contract. So it was very stressful, and it's just the way I did. I just gambled everything, and I ended up, because of all the types of jobs that I had in my life, I think I qualified pretty easily for this job, because you kind of got to be a jack of all trades, from an electrician to a contractor to a business owner, a manager, a person that can fix things and be able to manage quite a bit that's dumped on your plate constantly. So I was successful at it. I ended up with almost 3 territories, and I was very successful. I was the #1, actually I was number 21 in the entire country for quality control, and they invited, everybody knew that my goal in life was to retire and move to Thailand. Prior to, even when I interviewed for this job, I told the CEO that was my intention. And I think because I was goal-oriented and I knew what I wanted to do, I think that helped me get the position, get the contract. Anyway, they ended up flying me out to Florida, and this was kind of the final portion of my contract, and they took me to, I can't remember the name of the island out there, but anyway, they wined and dined us, and I let them know that I was going to terminate my contract. They asked me to give them about 6 months, and if I could help them, if I could find a replacement, and they could bid for the contract as well. So I sold my business, found a guy, a very awesome guy, was so happy to give it to him. Okay, this is Chris Chris, how's it going, man?
Awesome.
Are you loving life?
Living the dream.
I see you got a brand new truck over there. That awesome.
That's
pretty
sweet.
There you go.
Yeah, that changed everything, man.
So that doesn't look like the one I sold you.
No.
Okay, let's go into Nico's. Have we been here before? Wow, it's quite a few people. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of people here, so I'm gonna tell them about me taking the territory over, and in just a second. So hang on. So I'm coming back to take over a territory.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Which one are you gonna grab that?
I don't know. He's got a new one coming up, I guess. Huh?
Yeah. You gonna take my sticks?
Did you know that?
What's that?
Did you already know that?
What's that?
I was taking a territory over.
Oh, I know you're kidding. I know you're kidding. You would never do that.
He didn't believe me. Okay. Not to be confused with Brent. Brent, I helped get a job as a salesman. Now he's so good at the job that now he's a regional manager for Louisiana and Texas, and just steadily moving up. But my friend, a mechanic who worked at an Audi dealership, I just saw that he would be good for this position, and I was able to pass it off to him. So he bought me out, and I sold my business, and we were on our way to our next life. We had been planning, I had a 10-year plan that turned into a 5-year plan. And of course I needed to have a lot more money to retire at the right age of 46 years old. And it was quite a bit. I'm not gonna tell you how much, but I had made enough money after we sold our assets, our home. I worked hard my whole life. I made a lot of money, and I just didn't spend it. And I want to sell my stuff and travel around the world. I'm done. So I'll show you the house. There's the yard. So here's where the staging is, in the living room, the kitchen area, and the master bedroom. So here's our living room. We painted all the walls. It's got high ceilings. Yeah, it's clean. We've got granite. So I did all the upgrades that I could get. I didn't want carpet, so we did tile, granite, big cabinets, you know. Well, let me show you the master bedroom. You might not be interested in this shit, I don't know, but this is part of my life that I need to get rid of so that I can move forward, sell my things so that we can travel. This is the master bedroom. She did a great job on this. This looks sweet, really nice. She did a good job. So, but where we spent most of our time is on the back patio. I built this arbor, and I had a jacuzzi put in. So watering the plants. Our vehicles, my boat, my truck, my business, we had enough money, we had enough assets to where we would never have to work again for the rest of our life without collecting any money. That's pretty much what got me financially stable here. It wasn't YouTube. I started the YouTube channel actually like in 2000, I don't know, a long time ago. I think 2011. Me and some friends went on a cruise, Carnival cruise, and I bought a GoPro and I made some videos, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna put it on, it'd be cool to see it on the internet, right? and it was a crappy video, and it had a lot of background copyright music, but it doesn't matter. It was something that I could look back and say, wow, that was cool. So we did a couple more little trips, and I probably within a couple years had like 4 or 5 videos on the internet. Anyway, we decided that before we moved to Thailand, after a lot of planning, that we were going to buy a truck and a travel trailer and travel the United States. We're going to have to go in there and make sure everything's not going to fall down. I put a little swivel on here, and I got a hook, so I'm just going to put it there, and hopefully this doesn't fall. So I got my little hook back here. Water. Everything seems to be holding up pretty good. It took me a while to figure out that, but I got it. That was Paige's wishes. She wanted to see more of the US while we had time. So we did do that. We didn't have really a time frame. I bought a used truck and a used motor home because I knew we were gonna sell it. It wasn't gonna be a permanent thing. And I thought that was the smartest thing to do at the time, because actually I sold the trailer to a friend of mine, and I sold the truck for a little bit more money than I paid for it. So we really just kind of got it for free, you know. But that's what we wanted to do, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to make some videos, and that way we can kind of keep a catalog of our trip, and also show our friends who had so much doubt that we were not going to be successful and selling my business and becoming pretty much like a gypsy. Because that's what I was telling everybody, that's what I'm gonna do. My next life is just gonna be free-spirited, you know, and they're like, yeah, that's kind of weird, you know, but Chuck here. I wanted to kind of not just show them, but I wanted to show them what life would be like. For that, of course, my family didn't quite understand why I would give up such a lucrative business to do this, but my intention in life wasn't to just constantly make money. The only reason why I did this gamble was that I could make a lot of money and get out. I'm not going to talk about investments and all that stuff. It's irrelevant, really. But so we traveled around in the travel trailer, got chased around by a couple of hurricanes, and I said, you know what, our time is up. Let's get rid of the rest of our little things and let's move on to the next part of our life. We had decided prior to all this that we were going to live with her family. I had come here a few times, and that was the house that they're in is my wife's house, and eventually we are going to make some changes to it whenever my father-in-law retires, because we got along so well with our in-laws, with my in-laws, that I thought, you know what would be cool if we didn't really come and buy another house or rent a place in Thailand, and that way we could just be flexible, just keep our things there and travel the world. Our intention wasn't just to travel Thailand, it was to go around the world, but we were having so much fun in Thailand that it seems like all we were doing was traveling around in Thailand and going to a few places outside, and then COVID hit, you know, so we weren't able to really do anything. But the reason why we didn't buy another house is because it's not necessary in my circumstance, and I didn't want to buy another home and then come to Thailand, buy another home so we could be kind of like restricted with the thing, because if we had a home it would keep us from wanting to do the things that we wanted to do. So my intention wasn't to retire, come here and buy another place and settle down. I'm not that old right now. Today I'm 53 and I'm still ready to go. I'm ready to go travel. I'm not ready to settle down into a house and plant a bunch of trees and watch TV and criticize other people that aren't doing what I do. Because that's what happens is a lot of people, they criticize me because they don't quite understand why I'm doing the things that I do, and I don't expect them to. And I respect the fact that they all do what they want to do because it makes sense to them. But if they were so happy with their choice, why are they watching some stranger on the internet and criticizing his choices? It doesn't make sense. So don't listen to these people and don't let them make decisions for you in your life. Only figure out what you need in life to be happy and then go that direction. Don't let other people, don't do what other people expect you to do, because that's part of what's required in society these days is we have to fit in. You know, you don't want to be the missing link, you know, and that's what I am now. I just picked up my stuff and moved to the other side of the planet. I'm doing only what I want to do. I don't really have any intention of trying to follow suit or worry about what other people think about me. You know, they want to say, well, this isn't really happening. Something's not right here. This guy, he's just happy and doing what he's obviously a freeloader. Well, I'm not going to tell you some of the things that they say, but the crazy thing is that my family would not accept me in their home if I wasn't the person that I am. Let me see if I can get out of the wind here. And I think a lot of these people, they can't relate to that because there's no way they would probably be accepted into somebody else's house like that. So it's difficult but anyway, only do what you want to do in life. But I didn't come to Thailand to make YouTube videos. You can look in the comment section of just about every single video, and our videos, amazingly, they help a lot of people, and a lot of people that can't travel or can't come to Thailand or miss Thailand or just want to see something that's not so negative all the time. It helps these people, and it makes me happy to make videos, and it gives me something to do. And the little bit of negative stuff that you get is very tiny, and you're never going to change these people at all. I used to have fun going back and forth with these idiots, but it's a waste of time, and that's really all they want is some communication, because they really have nothing else going on in their life. They're sitting in their shell talking about how bad other people are, because really they're the ones that have the problem. So don't mind those people. Anyway, let me get out of the wind. Let's get back home. I'm gonna tell you a couple of other things. Okay, back home now. So yeah, basically just wanted to tell you guys a little bit of stuff. A lot of you already that have been following this channel for a while already know us. I would say that we all need to lead by example. Anybody can be anything they want to be on the internet, but you know, the one good thing about YouTube for me is I've learned a lot about people. I got to meet a whole lot of people and have gotten some really good friends from YouTube, been able to travel and share our experiences for millions of people to see. It's been really, really cool. I wouldn't give it up for anything. And it also keeps me entertained. So I'm going to keep continuing to do YouTube videos as long as there's YouTube. But I'm sure there'll be some other social media platform if YouTube disappears. But anyway, this gives us a way to show an example of our lifestyle. And I know it doesn't fit in everybody's mindset, but that's the beauty about life. We're all different and we require different things and different needs, and it makes life exciting, you know. Right now, I don't know at this point where our future is anywhere. I don't know. Me and Paige don't know if we're going to stay in Thailand. We don't know if we're going to move somewhere else. We don't know if we're going to go travel in a travel trailer again. We don't know. All we want to do is be flexible and just enjoy the moment. And that is definitely not for most people, and I guess I can appreciate that. A lot of people aren't able to retire or don't really have the urge to retire at a young age. I think we just, you know, our life is kind of laid out at a young age. This is what's expected of us. This is what we're going to do, and then we just kind of follow that lead, and then we die, you know. But I just me and a lot of people are different, and I decided our next part of our life was just going to be spontaneous. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. If you have any more questions, you can leave them in the comment section. Make sure you guys keep the comment section clean. I always keep it monitored. A lot of people share their experiences in the comment section, and I want them to do that, and I don't want people to badger them for their choices too. It's completely normal to disagree with people, but it's not good to tell other people how to live their lives or what you expect they should do with their life. We're all different, and we should respect each other's personal choices. But anyway, that's where I'm at 5 years in Thailand. I still really love it here. Right now it's very quiet, and the whole world's going through a change. I don't know what it's going to be when it's over, but I don't really worry too much about things. There's a lot of things that you can't control in life, and worry and constantly trying to figure things out, it doesn't benefit you. It's not going to help you in the long run. If you had all the answers and you knew everything, it doesn't benefit you at all. It's going to happen regardless. So I can tell you this is a lot of stuff that people share to me about Thailand and about the world. Outside, you don't hear none of that stuff. Like, outside is pretty much normal, and I wouldn't know anything unless you guys didn't share that stuff with me. And I don't read most of it all the time, so if you share links or anything, it never comes in the comment section amongst a whole bunch of other derogatory words, links, and certain things that go into a queue, and then the moderators check that, and then some of it comes through, and a lot of it gets deleted. So it's a good thing that in our lives we're not around any negative people. I don't like negative people, and thankfully, in order for YouTubers to be able to continue to do videos in a positive way, we're able to dissect that negativity out of our channel, because we're able to keep what's necessary for our particular content. Anyway, from all the people that I've spoke to on the internet, I know why a lot of people come here to Thailand, so they definitely can't quite relate to our lifestyle here. Not everybody wants to retire early and move to Thailand and travel. So we're very limited to the amount of viewers that we're going to be able to get on this channel. But anyway, I hope I answered some questions. Still very happy in Thailand, and we'll see you again, and we'll do this again in another 5 years. But anyway, until then, I'll see you tomorrow on the next video. Bye.